to purgatory. Because we are finally talking about FNAF 4, the installment that, in my opinion, made the lore of this franchise go off the rails permanently. Like, the first 3 games were relatively simple, and I think everyone can understand, even though you kind of had to look for the story, it was there, pretty simple, pretty clear, about 5 kids under ghost rules possessing animatronics and their killer. Kind of wrapped up with a bow, technically, with the third one. Then FNAF 4 comes in and kind of kickstarts this, complicated mess of theorizing that we all understand the series to be today. So we're going to get into all of that, but first, the most important question. Legendet, what kind of tea do you get?
I got lemon classic.
Nice. I have my favorite mint medley. You might hear that coming a lot from me. I love that tea. But yes, I'm excited for this one. I have been anticipating getting to this absolute nonsense. How do you feel, Legendet? You excited?
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous for everything I've said so far.
For everything I've ever said. That's every game of FNAF.
Every lore point that I have stated I'm nervous is gonna come crashing down, but we'll see.
Yes. Speaking of which, we should go over our little mandated recap of your idea of the timeline. We'll kind of go faster than we did last time because we have a lot to talk about today. But the main idea for you is that pretty much a long time ago, an original location, Fredbear's Family Diner existed. Golden Freddy and Spring Bonnie were there. The very first Freddy's Fazbear's Pizza opened, and that's where a puppet kid, the kid that would possessed the puppet, was killed outside. Whoever killed that person used the Spring Bonnie suit to then lure 5 other kids to their deaths in the safe room. They're stuffed in the unwithered animatronics. Fazbear finds the bodies and removes them. They kind of get wear and tear down. They become the withereds. But then the whole FNAF 2 location happens. And that's where you think the DCI occurred. The 5 more kids were killed, possessed the toy animatronics. Jeremy Fitzgerald, who was the night guard during the gameplay section, is the one who suffered the bite of 87 at the hands of Foxy, you think. And then Fritz Smith, who became the Night 6 guard, is immediately fired afterwards. You kind of think that was just a funny coincidence for the same reasons as the FNAF 1 guy. The FNAF 1 location opens years later. Phone Guy dies there. Not a whole lot to say about that game. And then the Follow Me minigames happen. The killer, who's the purple guy, dismantles the animatronics and then gets spring-locked in the safe room after the ghost chased him there. It's sealed off, and 30 years later, Fazbear's Fright opens, and they bring Springtrap over there, who is now possessed by the killer. You square off with him as the night guard for the duration of that game. And then the puppet, meanwhile, is helping the spirits move on during the Happiest Day minigame, and the night guard burns down the entire location, presumably bringing an end to Springtrap, but the little teaser at the end might suggest he lives to haunt another day. That was just a quick recap. We talked about a lot more, so if you want to hear our exact thoughts and our whole journey to get there, make sure to check out our 3 previous videos now, but certainly the FNAF 3 video in preparation for this one. Anyway, let's see how much FNAF 4 changes of our understanding of the FNAF lore. Because in this series, Return to the Lore, we're taking each installment one by one and simulating like we're going through the FNAF series for the first time all over again, only working with information we have from the games that we have seen so far. And Legendet is a newbie to all of this, so in many ways, it's true for her. So she's kind of our test guinea pig here. She's the one I'll ask the guiding questions to and try to see what her original theories are just upon, consuming this media for the first time. Let's get right into it, as we always do. We will look at the teasers leading up to release. So FNAF 3 was one of the peak of the FNAF hype across the internet, but one of the major complaints was that it just wasn't scary enough. Maybe the gameplay wasn't a little bit engaging. Maybe the Springtrap jump scare was lackluster. But yeah, people found it, a little less terrifying than its predecessors. So Scott Cawthon decides to make this game cartoonishly scary, as you can see by the teasers here.
That's nice. Thanks.
Hey, give Freddy a kiss.
I'm all set.
Are all set. And when you brighten it, you can see, I believe it says Nightmare.
Are those a bunch of other faces?
Yeah, look at these guys. Little mini evil Freddies.
Mini
Those guys are
Freddies.
cute. They're cute, huh?
Who's the mom? Is it Chica?
This is the mom. Oh yeah. No, they're asexual. They were produced by themselves. This person
Oh,
just impregnated itself and gave birth to these three beautiful creations. And that you can take that to the bank. All right. Was it me?
what's that mean? Was what you?
Oh yeah. Okay. So okay. This is a little weird because of what we'll see. This is almost I almost think this is a misdirect in a weird sort of way. But in like the source code or something, there's like 87 hints, which would obviously correlate to the bite of 87, which is one of the big mysteries that the fan base had clung to because it's one of like the big unanswered things. So kind of the consensus is the was it me is relating to, oh, did I do the bite of 87? Because as you can
Who is
see,
that?
that was Bonnie that we're just looking at.
Why does
Good
he
old
look so
Bonnie.
weird? Bro,
Well, why did Freddy
Bonnie-
look so weird, bro? And why does
I think they're all
does
having
Chica look
nightmares.
so weird? These guys are all high right now.
They are.
Was it me? And then Foxy, who is you place your bets on him being the bite of 87 guy. Or me. This looks like
Or me.
this looks like the lizard from Spider-Man. I'm gonna be real honest.
It does. Like a robot version, though.
Yeah.
With the tongue.
But yeah, so this is very deceptive because this game has like nothing to do with the bite of 87. So so it was all very weird. Ooh, this is actually a haunting one. Something about this unsettles me.
What's it look like?
It's Golden Freddy's purple hat and tie just alone in a spotlight.
Yeah, that is weird. Oh. Yeah, I don't like that.
Property of... I can't really read it. What?
Freddy Fazbear, maybe?
Don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, is it? Maybe. Is that if that's
It's
an
an R
F?
at the
Because this
end.
looks like an R. Yeah, it could be actually. Probably the most intuitive answer. Let us know in the comments if you know for sure. Oh, this is my prom suit.
Oh, I knew I've seen
How'd
that
they get
before.
that? Yeah. Oh, and this says, or was it me? Probably because I see or was
Yeah, probably.
big old purple tie.
Does he have like two mouths? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, look. Ah, we'll get into it, Legendet.
Oh.
Terrible things
gosh.
come in small packages.
Hmm.
This is actually a terrifying image, holy.
It is.
Tiny small version
Oh
of
my
Springtrap.
gosh.
In like your house hallway. Like this is what you'd see going to the bathroom. Like you open up your door, oh man, it's midnight, I gotta go to the bathroom or get a drink of water. This guy would be waiting for you. You know?
That would be terrifying.
Yep.
I'd cry.
You know why you've never seen it? Because I fight it off every time.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. The end, thanks for playing. And this might, tie into the whole thing of FNAF 4 was going to be the end of FNAF at one point.
Yeah.
And this will be interesting because we are taking this, guys. FNAF 3, we sort of talked about like loosely, like it might have been like a pseudo, and just the way everything was did have an air of finality to it. However, FNAF 4 started development like so soon after that, like, and then the whole Springtrap cliffhanger thing. I don't know. It's really hard to tell when he thought like it was actually ending versus when it was like marketed that way because of the vibe or whatever. Really hard to tell. But FNAF 4, I think, is one of the major like checkpoints of this was when FNAF was supposed to be a complete story. Because I think it's important to take those checkpoints and be like, what was the narrative at this point in time? Because it's certainly going to change with more games. But I think FNAF 4, even more so than FNAF 3, needs to be taken into account as like a checkpoint. So we'll make sure we talk about it at length. And the Halloween update teasers, we'll get to that later. Because there was a Halloween update, but a lot of it really doesn't matter for our purposes. Um, yeah, those are the teasers. Legendet, what do you think of the animatronics we're seeing in these teasers? And I remember this one had the word like nightmare in
Yeah,
it.
I'm really confused as to why they look so strange now. Like what? Like they all look
Like,
so different. Like you barely recognize.
yeah, and they're certainly not meant to be like stage animatronics anymore. Like no kid would like this. This is not making you money.
Exactly.
Um, but yeah. Also here it says the final chapter. So like this further indicates that FNAF 4 is trying to be like the end, you know.
Going along with what we had said last time about him like wanting a part from them, which is why he went to try to get him.
Oh
Well,
yeah, for Follow Me.
is he dead though? I mean, if he was somehow still alive, then maybe he somehow did get to them and made them look like this for whatever purposes.
Oh, interesting. I do
But
want to call
yeah,
out
he looks like he died.
I do want to call out one word here. This scene, when we brighten it, seems to say nightmare, right? What do you think of that?
Okay. Someone's having nightmares about this.
So do you think like maybe, I don't know, these animatronics are like, yeah, are they even real?
Don't
Are they
exist.
nightmares? You know, like,
Maybe they don't
just
exist. Yeah.
right.
Maybe
Something to
someone's
think about with
having
that little
nightmares.
hint. Yeah. All right, trailer time.
I mean,
Um,
if someone was traumatized by these guys, they
yeah.
might be having nightmares, and they
Yeah.
might be even creepier. Cause
Oh,
like
no, no.
scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably would.
All right. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. This Legendet. So I know we've kind of cruised through things now. This is when we really got to take every detail into account. Um, We'll
Okay.
get into Scott's official like posts later on, but he did say specifically about this game that he didn't put like almost nothing is in here for no reason, right? Like he didn't fill it with random Easter eggs. So if it seems random, don't assume things are random, right? Like take everything into
Okay.
account. Anyway, so that being said, we'll pay attention more carefully to the words in this trailer. What is it that you think you see?
So that kind of implies it might not be actually there.
Yeah. And like if like we're in like a house this time. What game do you think you are playing?
FNAF.
I'm playing Five Nights at Freddy's. What do you mean?
What do you mean? Why are you asking me that? Well, if they jump scare me in the trailer, I'm gonna crash out.
Oh yeah, you got jump scared by a silent spring trap. Okay, this line is interesting.
What
What have you
home?
brought home? So you've brought
So did
something
someone
home?
take one of the animatronics? Like I don't know.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Close the doors. Check the closet. Watch your back.
Oh my gosh.
Did that get
He legit jumped. Oh my gosh.
Freddy's
I knew it was
4.
coming. Five Nights at Freddy's 5.
There is no Five Nights at
Oh my
Freddy's
gosh.
5. So that is the trailer. First responses to the trailer.
Well, it feels like either someone's just have okay. It looked like a kid's room, so I'm gonna guess you're a kid.
Okay.
And either the kid somehow got traumatized and is having nightmares, or it brought something home with it when it visited at one point or something.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, first
maybe,
what I think. Yeah.
Maybe it brought home like a singular, like almost like a nightmare animatronic, and it's giving it all these things.
Oh yeah, interesting. Like somehow, quite literally, brought something home.
And now it's making it seem like a ton of stuff is happening when there's really only one thing there.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to. This game is weird the way we go about things. I I'm going to show you some of the main gameplay of it first. Then we'll go into probably the mini games and then like the secrets, because there's a lot of details in this game. Like there's a lot of little details around that like a lot of it comes from investigating the game thoroughly. So I've collected a bunch of different videos and still images for us to look at. However, I want you to get the vibe of the general gameplay first. So
yeah.
Oh, my phone's ringing again. This happened last time.
Yeah, you're just that popular.
It's potential spam again, dude. It's gotta be tradition now. Potential spam. Yeah, they know when I'm on Learn T. Potential spam has to call me every time now. That's the rule. Anyways, let's watch this for a little bit. So take stock of where you are, what you're doing. You have to check the doors to see if anyone's there, right? And you scurry around your room. You have a closet you have to check. You have to check your bed or like hide under your bed. Like you said, it very much looks like a child's room.
This seems like the most terrifying.
This one is scary. I have a... Oh, hello, spectrum.com/save. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
But yeah, so yeah, this one feels more personal because it takes place in a bedroom. Like honestly, even I'm really used to FNAF by now, but even this kind of like scares me the most. Like I get uncomfortable playing this quite a bit. Oh,
the jump scares me.
It's so icky. Like you see him like hide around the corner.
What do we even do if someone comes? Oh, you shut the door.
You shut the door. You go, bah! You slam in their face.
I'm really scared one of these times it's just gonna be there.
Yeah, that's how this game works. And you have to listen for them because you hear them breathing to know if they're there before you open the door and stuff. Oh, it's so creepy. But yeah, so you've seen a couple of them. You've seen that guy. You've seen them lurking around the halls a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is there one where we get a good look at animatronic? Oh, do you see Chica?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's tricky, but look at her. So see, they're all messed up. Like, look at them. They're like also like overly creepy.
So nightmare coded.
Yeah. And it's so like uncanny to see him in a house. Like it's not the restaurant.
I know, like why are you in a house?
Yeah. Did that? Am I insane or did something move outside the window? Yeah. Oh wait, was that just the reflection of Chica? It might just be the reflection, but check. Look, stare at the windows, guys. Oh, it's the reflection, but I think. But yeah, I was like, so what? I added, yeah.
Wait, was it his mouse?
Oh, was it his mouse? Wait, I might be stupid. It probably was his mouse. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I just noticed he had a mouse. I didn't really see it before. Oh.
And Foxy will appear in your closet. Yeah, if you see he opens it, Foxy can be in there. But if you close it or whatever after this and open it again, it'll just be a Foxy plushie, and not the weird nightmare Foxy. Weird. It's so weird.
So then it feels like they're not actually here.
Right, like they're not truly real. So then would you think maybe the gameplay is like a nightmare? Like that's why I said nightmare in the trailer. Like it itself is a bad dream, like this game.
I think it's some kid somehow traumatized.
Right there, that's what I was talking about. See, it turns into a plush. Yeah.
It feels like maybe some kid made it out alive or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, oh maybe like a would-be victim. You're saying like escaped Freddy's.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the gameplay. We'll just go. This is like as we obviously use. We use you know, this guy Dr. 1987 here. We use him for our all locations and many of our little secret videos. But yeah, so this one will give us a good look at the different layout like we like to look at. So here's the room. We have a purple robot, we have a toy telephone, closet, 2 doors on either side.
What is this?
That's our bed. Freddy plush on the bed. Some important things
Why
just
is
came
that
on
thing
screen.
like-
We're gonna. That's friendly.
Oh my gosh, it's the worst.
Whoa.
Ah,
I forgot. I have
is that the
never seen that
puppet?
thing when I've played the game, but I haven't gotten that far. Yeah, it's like I think that's called Nightmarion. It's yeah, like a very whoa, that's creepy. The plushie is genuinely cute.
Ah, I know, right? I like the plushie.
Oh, that's like a mango version of Foxy. I haven't seen that in personally either. Wait, that can be in your closet?
And then
I really haven't played much of this game.
ah,
And there's like a grandfather clock way down the hall there.
how about they
Showing
all
us
just
the
sneak
different-
away?
Yeah, they're like,
Oh.
don't mind me.
Hi.
He's cute. Nope, we were right. It is the reflection. Look, you can see very clearly on the glowing ones.
You're right.
Oh, and right now as well, man.
Smash or pass.
Smash or pass. Honestly, that puppet.
Oh, this would be so creepy.
This is the creepy part, actually.
No. No, no.
Just the chair at the end of the hallway is so liminal in a weird way, too.
I know. Great. 11, 37. What are these numbers?
Those are like point score things, I'm pretty sure. This is like an
Those-
in-between game. Oh yeah, so I can explain this game for you. So this happens in between nights up till night 5. And if you survive it or beat it and to a certain extent, you can make the next night easier. So you might start with 2 hours finished or whatever if you do it all the way, or 1 hour finished. So yeah, these are little games you play in between nights, and they affect how long the next night is, which is really interesting.
Wait, what are the games? Like, what are you trying to do?
Survive this somehow by using a flashlight. You're kind of stuck in this place. Like I said, FNAF 4 is one of the ones I've played the least personally because it's very terrifying. Also, I'm not
Yeah,
that good
fair.
at these games. I love hunting the lore, but I'm so bad at the gameplay. I just get sick of dying, and I don't have the attention span to like grind it to get good. But yeah, I really need to actually play these games instead of just watch videos of them for the lore. This is creepy views of the house. So yeah, those are the locations. Those are the animatronics you're gonna see. Kind of still feeds into the whole nightmarish like concept. Maybe this isn't real because it's just so absurd, and the way things behave and interact with you, right?
Yeah. It feels like it's not actually happening.
So the major questions are: who is this? Whose house is this? Why are they suffering these nightmares, right?
Exactly.
And because this is FNAF, we have mini games that are super cryptic to deliver the
Yay!
huge amount of lore. But
I
yeah,
love the
seriously,
mini games,
FNAF
though.
3. Yeah, they're like my favorite part. Oh yeah, I got a specific video to show the gameplay of this. It's called Fun with Plush Trap. We saw most of it though. That in that other one, it's just you use your flashlight.
Yeah.
I'm no gameplay master, but somehow you do it so that you can shave off time on your next night as a reward. But it's weird that specifically it's Plush Trap. You should take note of this. Because this looks like the Springtrap version, and it's like, who is seeing this? Because Springtrap was brought to
Yeah.
Fazbear's Fright. Fazbear's Fright burned down, and mind you, all that happened decades after the closure of the Freddy's Fazbear's anyway. So it's like we got taken to stock. Like this looks like Springtrap more than it does Spring Bonnie. Did someone see
Oh.
Springtrap?
Could a
Yeah.
kid have gone through the Halloween thingy before it got closed?
It never opened. Like they were all in the setup
Oh.
stage, and we were the guard. So like, yeah, because it burned down before it even officially opened. But that would have been a
Oh,
good
okay.
thought. Like, you imagine that though. Ugh. Imagine going to that attraction, like not knowing it, but you literally see the possessed bunny corpse thing of the murderer, like from that killed 5 kids years ago. But you don't even know
That'd
it
be
because you're a kid.
traumatizing.
You're just scared of it. Yeah.
That would be traumatizing.
But anyway, weird things to think about. Also, it can be replaced by Nightmare Balloon Boy. So that's something. That's something that happens. Yeah, weird stuff, man. But this is a haunting image. This is a haunting image right here.
That's creepy.
All right, the mini games. Okay, so like FNAF 3, these happen sort of in between nights, but they happen at the beginning, like before each one. And then in between, also that fun with plush trap thing happens. So we're going to watch them all in order, but whenever they change, right, just know that a night has passed, basically. That's like how FNAF 3 with the Follow Me mini games worked. And unlike FNAF 3, there's not all those different secret things you do around the environment to unlock more like mini games. These are literally just like what you get automatically. But yeah.
Wait, is this the room?
So yeah, that's a good question. Is this the room? Tell me off instinct.
I mean, it's not the same setup, but
Yeah, it looks so different to me. The bed's not in the middle, it's in the corner. There's no room for the closet or like the 2 doors on either side.
I was just trying to think if it represented it, but I feel like they would be more like I feel like it'd be the same setup more.
Yeah, like if it
Probably
was meant
not.
for this room is the room of the gameplay, yeah. So yeah, we see a kid here, gray striped shirt. We see a collection of what looks to be plushy things of the main Freddy's band. Know how Foxy is missing his head.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
And
And
then
then we
there's-
have...
I was just gonna say, and then there's that one on the bed.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. We have this guy. Pay attention to this little bugger, because we're gonna be talking about this guy. He's a weird one. This thing is weird. So, watch it for a second.
Are we supposed to know who
What
it's
does it-
supposed to be? Oh, its eyes.
Its eyes are moving. Also, this looks like Golden Freddy, does it not? Purple hat, purple tie. Yeah,
It does.
normal Freddy's
Purple
over
guy.
here. Purple? It's purple guy!
It's purple
But
guy.
its eyes are moving.
That's terrifying. Aw, he's stuck in his room.
Yep, we saw him pounding on the door, he's stuck. Tomorrow is another
Tomorrow.
day. In yellow text,
Yeah,
so
it
who do you
is.
think is saying it?
Golden Freddy.
This thing in the flesh, maybe?
Yeah.
4 days until the party. Okay, so Legendet, what do you think off that's your first introduction to that plush thing? Why does its eye move? Like follow the kid around. Why does it talk? Huh?
I have no idea. Like, is that haunted too? But why? Like, what?
Yep. We're just honestly, we're gonna
Unless it's his imagination because he's trapped in his room all the time. He's going crazy.
Oh, like he's imagining a friend. I like that perspective.
Because bro's so sad.
Oh.
Who is hiding again? Foxy's
You
head.
know he is hiding again. Yeah, Foxy's head.
We get
Okay,
out.
So
What's
so
called?
when he leaves his room, yep, it's on the grandfather clock watching him still.
See, that makes me think it's his imagination too.
Yeah. He won't stop until you find him. Oh, so we see another kid jumping out behind the TV to scare him
With a mask.
with a foxy.
Is
head.
that Foxy?
Do you think that's where the head went or
but-
something, or if it's a?
I think I think that's too small. Like, the
Oh,
plush
yeah.
would be too small.
Yeah. Tomorrow's another day.
But maybe.
Three days until the party. Oh, so where are we?
Freddy Fazbear's, whatever. Pizzeria.
He left without you. He knows that you hate it here.
So I'm guessing whoever was in the mask they're talking about that guy.
Yeah. You are right beside the exit. If you run, you can make it. Hurry. Run toward the exit.
So he's scared of this place.
No. Don't you remember what you saw? The exit is the other way. Hurry and leave. So what did he see? This game is full of little riddles. And that message triggers again if you keep trying to go that way. And you try to go that way. A man wearing a Fredbear or like Golden Freddy costume thing shows up. It's too late. Hurry the other way and find someone who will help. You know what will happen if he catches you. Huh?
What will happen? I think that guy wants to see if he'll catch him.
Yeah.
It's like,
So we see the shadows will look to be Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. You can find help if you can get past them. You have to be strong. Oh.
ah!
What do we have here, Legendet? Say your favorite thing.
It's purple guy! And I think
So-
that's for real this time. I think I'm right.
We have a purple guy. He looks like to have his badge on, so it looks like he's working here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's putting someone that looks to be like, you know, a Spring Bonnie costume. So what do we think these suits are? If people are going inside of them.
Springlock suits?
Right, they're probably spring locks. That's what I would assume. Because that was the point of spring locks. So
it looks like
purple guy.
they're just like being mascots, you know?
Right. And okay, so what does this tell us about purple guy though?
He doesn't wear it himself.
Right, but like he works here at whenever this game is, right? Because we knew he was like being a night guard, then switched to a day guard for FNAF 2, but then presumably like made a run for it after committing the new murders. So wherever this game is taking place, right? We know he works here too. So maybe like, yeah, I don't know, it just shows the purple guy having a history with the company, you know, like beyond the FNAF 2 debacle.
Maybe this kid saw someone get spring locked one time, and so now he's scared of animatronics.
Oh, interesting thought. So like, because the spring locks can malfunction, so if he saw someone go inside and go, you know, like,
Yeah, he might just blame the animatronics because he's just a kid.
right, and
So
it's
he's
like,
maybe
oh,
scared of animatronics.
like, you know what happens if he catches you? He'll put you inside and you'll get spring locked.
Maybe it was the Foxy one, and that's why he ripped the head off because he's scared of it.
Oh, like that's interesting thought. Tomorrow's another day.
Or he saw the Bite of 87 from Foxy. I don't know when this takes place though.
That right, yeah. We'll talk about when this takes place, but if this like, yeah, if you saw the Bite of 87 and Foxy did it, that would actually make that's good evidence actually. But you know,
Thanks.
timelines might not match. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Poor kid. I feel like he doesn't want the party.
Yeah, this is why. So he hasn't been given a name yet. You'll notice. Everyone calls him the crying child. You've probably heard that term from me before. Because he's just always crying. He hates you. Okay, so take notice. The Fredbear plush is not even here, and his dialogue is still happening.
He's on the poster.
Yeah, but that's not the plush now, is it? Well, wait, that is though interesting. So maybe it's the very idea of Fredbear, right? Like if it is, like you said, like him imagining it. Interesting. You have to get up. You can get out of this. Wait, you can get out this time, but you have to hurry. Run! Here we are outside.
Kid. Oh, what the? Oh, it's the guy.
Yep, it's watching from the car. And this kid is holding what looks to be a Spring Bonnie plushie.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, and then obviously Fredbear out here. Where is your plush toy? Mine is Spring Bonnie. This is right here, hiding behind the car like a creep. My daddy says I have to be careful with him, or I will pinch my finger.
Pinch your finger.
On the plush?
Excuse me?
He is a finger trap, he says, or a spring trap. Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. Wait, so the tiny ones are spring traps?
I don't know. Maybe something you put your finger inside it somehow and it'll get you. I don't know. That was a weird interaction. So now he's walking around the neighborhood away from the restaurant place.
That kid's eyes are creepy.
Yeah, they're emerald green, nothing but green. And look, it's just his head in a flower. Huh?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really think it's just his like illusion. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
Imagination.
You'd better watch out. I hear they come to life at night. Oh?
Did you hear that? When is this?
Exactly. Exactly. And if you die, they hide your body and never tell anyone.
How do you know this?
Yeah.
Wait. Could these be the kids from the animatronics and somehow they're like becoming like ghosts to him and telling him everything?
Yo, interesting. So like these kids almost represent... Wait, that would be crazy. Dude, this is so fun.
Cause like
to take you through this. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause like if it's nightmares, then maybe they're like maybe what we're playing is some random kid that they also are talking to. Like maybe they're trying to get the other kids to help them somehow.
Oh wait, so you're saying the dead kids are appearing to living kids and they have nightmares?
Yeah.
From what the living the dead kids tell them, but like.
Yeah, they're trying to tell them stuff about what happened, but they're kids, so they're kind of just scared.
Yeah. Why do you look so worried? See you at the party. Ha ha ha. But I mean, like, see you at the party. They do seem that seems like a physical event, but.
Yeah, but the animatronics are there too. What the heck is happening to this guy? Oh, hello. You want a balloon?
Sewer. Yeah, it's it. Yeah, he's Pennywise.
Yeah. This guy looks like he's lost his mind.
Aren't you the kid who always hides under the table and cries?
He is indeed.
No one else is scared. Why are you? Stop being such a baby. He thinks it's really funny. Look at this guy. He is having a good old laugh about that.
Bro's laughing before he even got there.
Yeah, true. He saw him coming down. He's like all ready to laugh. A balloon.
There's the balloon. Hey, actually though.
Oh, what is going on? Spot the Fredbear plush.
Under the tire.
Mm-hmm. It just, you can see a tiny little pixel here. Are you going to the party? Everyone is going to the party. Oh wait, you have to go. It's your birthday. Haha. So the party is for him.
Wait, no, that would make sense.
So now we know the countdown, right? 4 days to the party, 3 days to the party, is counting down to this kid's birthday, the crying child's birthday party.
He obviously doesn't want his birthday there, so his parents or
Yeah.
something must be forcing him there.
You have to you have to have your party at Freddy Fazbear's place. No child of mine is not having his birthday party at Freddy's. And now we have Plush still stalking him, sort of. But the eyes aren't active right now, which is
they're just
weird.
there.
That's actually weird. Now his eyes are active again in
Now
the
they
house.
are.
Have the eyes only been active in the house?
I think so, yeah.
That's something to think about. Be careful. What is this room?
Oh. A bedroom? I don't know.
Yeah, but what kind of bedroom? Look at that.
Oh, girl's room.
Yep. So is there a girl in the house, do
And,
you think? There's a... We know it's this
think
guy and a
probably-
bigger foxy person.
So there must be
What
3
is-
kids then.
Yep.
That looks like Foxy's Mangle or something.
Yep, that's a broken version of Mangle on the floor of this presumably girl's room.
That's nice.
That is nice. What do you make of that? I guess we haven't seen a sister. Assuming the foxy thing is his brother, which, same house, so it makes sense. Ah, got him again. Knee slapper.
So mean. So funny.
Tomorrow is another day.
So obviously I'm guessing big brother likes to scare him.
Yeah.
He thinks it's funny.
Where are we?
Some workshop?
Seem to be locked into some kind of maintenance room. Had the head of Fredbear, Spring Bonnie, and endoskeleton parts. And now, Legendet, we get the pleasure of looking at this.
Immersion therapy.
Yeah, immersion therapy. Yeah. Immersion therapy.
Okay.
The brother's actually a psychologist who's a therapist. He prescribed this for the
Yeah.
crying child. Toughening up
All
in
right,
time for
anyways,
his birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna say right now, I want you to take a long look at this slumped over suit thing. Tell me if you see anything interesting
Spring
on it.
Bonnie?
Right, it could be Spring Bonnie or Fredbear. Probably Spring Bonnie, it looks like. But any weird qualities about it?
I mean, it doesn't have a head.
Right, and what's sticking out?
Wires? Blood? I don't know.
Okay, you saying wires first is pretty cool. Because there's a big debate. Is this wires or is this hair? And if it's hair, that means a kid is dead and inside this headless suit within this maintenance room thing, this parts room, right now.
Oh, so that could be what he saw that scared him too.
Right, but there's so many weird things. We'll get in. Well, okay. Here's the thing about this game: the more we know about it, the more we can talk openly about it. So we'll circle back to these things, because there's certain elements that I need you to see as we go forward. But
Okay,
keep
wait.
in mind, wires are hair.
But hear me out. That spot is the same color as the mouth in that Bonnie or whatever head up there.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it might just be the empty space color, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the empty space, and then there's some sort of wiring or tuft of something, It would make
I
it
don't know,
so
that's a
much
good question.
simpler if it is just that. But some people think it's hair. Please let me out.
I feel like it would also make sense since there's so many heads in there, like you could put on with it.
Yeah. Please. Please let me out.
Is this in sections in the game, or is it all at once? Is it
In
each
sections,
day?
in sections. Each night. Yeah, at the beginning of each night this happens. 0 days until the party. The party's right now. Yay, happy birthday, crying child. Woo!
You look so sad.
Wow, your brother's kind of a baby, isn't he? It's hilarious. Why don't we help him get a closer look? He will love it. No, please. Oh. Come on, guys. Let's give this little man a lift. He wants to get up close and personal. No, I don't want to go.
So they like just
You
they
heard
think
the
it's
little
funny.
man? He wants to get even closer. Ha ha ha. Hey guys, I think the little man said he wants to give Fredbear a big kiss. Okay. So now he has said Fredbear, and we see Fredbear and Spring Bonnie on a stage. So where do we think we are?
That place.
Fredbear's Family Diner. Yeah, the
that one.
old location. I remember in FNAF 2, Phone Guy was like, he called it like the original restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying. Yeah, so this seems to be back there. You know. On 3, 1, 2.
Was that the bite of 87?
Is that the point of 87? To the background of payment options for Safelite. So the big meme moment just happened. What occurred here?
Death.
Womp womp wow. So the
Yeah,
bullies
all
put him
those
right.
kids look terrified.
Yeah.
Like, oh crap.
They're like, the moment you knew.
You beeped up.
Yeah.
Just stand there. Oh crap.
Okay. So that's the end of like the normal mini games, and that's what it takes you through. So now we have the secrets and Easter eggs video to go through. Yeah, maybe let's just talk about that real quick. First thoughts after all that, those base mini games there.
Okay, I think that kid saw. I'm just gonna say that kid saw someone get spring locked, and then was scared of all animatronics. His parents, for some reason, really want him to have the party there, and his brother likes to joke, like to make fun of him, and then he died.
Then he gives Fredbear a kiss, and it's a lethal kiss.
Yeah.
It's a lethal kiss. So I'm gonna skip through this to show you something interesting about the mini games. Since we just watched the mini games, then we'll go back and see the other secrets. So you can turn on the TV, and it says Fredbear and Friends 1983. So do we think
the bite of 83?
Right. To me, this implies that it takes place in 1983. Some people say, oh, you know, I feel like most people agree nowadays it takes place in 1983, but people said, hey, this could just be when the show aired or whatever. But I think in a game where things are meant to be clues, this is kind of a secret. It feels like this, hey, this is the year 1983, paired with the fact that it takes place at Fredbear's Family Diner, which Phone Guy in 1987 said was the original location. Feels like 83 makes sense because it happens before most everything else in the games. Yeah,
I agree. Oh, hey guys,
it's the gang. Oh yeah, they consider the purple guy an Easter egg, but it's pretty easy to find. And yes, you can go up into this playground, and you can see this girl here, and she has 3 toys that look exactly like the toy animatronics from FNAF 2 that she seems to be playing with here in the playground. This becomes weirdly more important than you think. We'll talk about that later.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, we talked about how it's missing its head. We saw this. Saw that.
So they think it's hair.
Yeah, they called it hair, but again, it's like, you know. Okay. Now, if you beat night 6, after the main 5, you get this, which is technically part of the mini games as well, but you get it only after being night 6. So we see a crying child with his plushies and the Fredbear plush in this black void. Can you hear me? Okay. Who is saying this? Think of the text color.
Oh, wait. I don't know.
Okay, so this is the same text color as the brother. So it seems like the brother is supposed to be the speaker.
Okay.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Is this after he died?
Yeah, or like as he's dying. I'm sorry. And then it changes to this weird yellow. Oh, well, the yellow of the Fredbear plush, I think? You're broken.
Probably.
We are still your friends. Do you still believe that? I'm still here. I will put you back together. And then he fades away. And that's the end.
So could that kid be Golden Freddy?
Ah! Yeah, okay, so, because who does Fredbear look like?
That guy?
Fredbear looks like Golden Freddy, right? That's...
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, it's me would make sense. Unless he's, is he talking, like, to his like his brother?
Yeah, so if you would think like okay, so wow, yeah, this is getting ahead, but yeah, if we think the brother goes on to be any of the night guards at the games, then saying it's me would make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think, hold on, we gotta look at something. The yellow of this text at the end is different from the yellow that the Fredbear plush has used throughout the game.
Ah. Could it be the puppet somehow? I don't know.
Oh my goodness, Legendet, yeah, you're getting into like theories that we're gonna talk about. Yeah. Some people, that is a theory out there. It's not as popular, I don't think, right now, but like that's sort of a theory. Well, I keep postponing things because genuinely there's so much to sift through, but yeah, we'll get to all this stuff. But yeah, do you think that implies it's a different speaker?
I mean, how different is the yellow?
People say it's different, and if you look at it, it is, you know, it's like paler. It's like a paler yellow than normal.
The whole I'm still here, like, and he's the only one there, like, you'd think it'd be the same guy.
It just is the plush, right? Is what you would say.
Yeah.
But what the heck does "I will put you back together" even mean? I'm still here.
Well, like, put him in an animatronic so he can be still alive.
Oh, so like possession?
Yeah, like, that's why I was thinking puppet, because if I'm thinking he helped give, like...
Right. Give gifts, give life.
Yeah.
And we didn't see Golden Freddy in the Give Gifts, Give Life.
Exactly. That's why I'm thinking
that would require the puppet kid dying before the FNAF 2 location, which you thought that's where... Wait, no. Puppet, we thought, died outside of the MCI location. So...
Was that after this?
Well, this gets into information from later, but I think so. But right now, I guess we can't be sure. So technically, right now, the the MCI could have already happened, which means the puppet would have definitely already happened. But then how's the puppet like in this plush thing?
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, I would like you to go down the train of thought because I've heard it before. But it's just one of those things like, how is the spirit doing this? Like, what exactly? Like, I don't know. It's weird. The FNAF 4 is so weird, dude. It's cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, we'll come back to all of this pretty much because I want to reassess it after we know everything about the game pretty much. So chugging along here. Oh, wait, we got to go back. We didn't see all the Easter eggs in this. I forgot. I skipped forward to show you that since we just did the mini games, but we got to actually watch this video the way it was intended. Oh yeah, so I'll turn on the volume. You can honk his nose. That's kind of like an ongoing Easter egg in the old games.
Sounds like party.
Oh, this is important. Wait, I am turning this up.
Okay.
So that was weird, but what that is, because people have like looked into it and unscrambled it, or like figured out what it is. That is a phone call that Phone Guy gives you from FNAF 1, the first game, played backwards and distorted.
Could his dad be Phone Guy?
What?
He said, could his dad be Phone Guy?
Well, so yeah, like, this is happening, we think these are nightmares, right? So how did a distorted FNAF 1 phone call get in the nightmare of this person? What would be the intuitive guess?
They've
Intense crickets right there. Holy. Well, I mean, okay. If you like it, to me, it feels like you had to have heard the FNAF 1 phone call, right? Like you would have had to hear it at some point.
Yeah, but why is
and when did FNAF 1 take place? Remember we said it was early to mid 90s?
Yeah.
So if the mini games take place in 1983, but these nightmares, like if indeed the person had to have heard the FNAF 1 phone call, this has to be like a decade, maybe more later.
What?
Yeah, it's in a kid's bedroom.
Unless this isn't even his house.
Right. Well, and then the house in the minigame looks different. Like his room looked different than this, unless it's just minigame shenanigans, and you're supposed to assume that it's one and the same. Because minigames are way low quality, right? So maybe it's just It's probably just for neighborhood ambiance, right? Like a dog outside. Okay, this is the start menu. Here we see a house on a hill type situation with some trees around it. So the assumption would be that you're right, the house we're in. Do we think for the nightmares or the mini games though? That's a good question.
Wait, but it looks like the animatronics are like heading towards us. Is that just like
this is probably just imagery, right? I think this is just imagery.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'd be really cooked if these guys were like making their way across the country. Woo, go to that.
It looks like it might be the one from the minigame though, because I feel like that's not the right size setup.
Yeah, it has like this porch thing too. Like look at this protruding out.
Mm.
Which I don't really know if we've seen in either one of them, but. Oh yeah, you can earn more stars. It's just a hard mode. This animatronic is called Nightmare here. It's like a black version of like Fredbear. Okay, here's something important coming up. A vase of flowers can sometimes appear beside the bed. And then the big one, an IV bag can appear beside the bed.
Oh.
So?
Probably a sick kid?
Yeah, so like hospital type imagery, right? So do you have any responses to the hospital imagery off the top of your head?
I mean, maybe he's not even here. Maybe he's at a hospital and these are all just a nightmare.
Oh, like weird hallucinations in a hospital. So who do you think would be that in the hospital?
Crying child?
Yeah, so the thought is that like maybe the crying child like didn't like die immediately, right, in the bite, and then was brought to the hospital, and hence the flowers and the IV bag imagery is that like he was rushed to a hospital and was there for a little bit before dying. And that's why the brother was talking to him right before the fade out, because he was like in the process of dying. It's not like he died immediately. But yeah, the problem is though these nightmares don't seem to be the crying child's because of that pesky FNAF 1 phone call. Because how on earth would the crying child be hearing that for it to show up in his nightmare, you know?
Unless it's the brothers and he's just remembering when his brother was at the hospital and like everything for his brother.
That's the most popular theory right now that you've stumbled upon, is that yeah, the nightmares are the brothers' nightmares, and the imagery of the hospital and stuff. Right? Yeah, it's kind of from, from the time he spent at the hospital with his younger brother after he played the prank that killed him. And something interesting is in the trailer it said, "What have you brought home?" And I've kind of always interpreted that under this lens as like you brought home trauma.
Yeah.
Like like you're living with the trauma now, and that's what you've brought home. And these nightmares are him suffering it. Pill's bottle appears as well.
Maybe for sleeping because he can't sleep well.
Oh, this guy's wondering if this was actually something outside the window as well. Oh yeah, the photo frames are just like images of the creator and his family that you put in to have like actual image frames. That's funny. Around. Yeah. Okay. If you beat the hardest mode, you get this. A singular box in a void with 2 locks that you can click but not open.
Wait, is this the thing that I heard about where he doesn't even know it's in the box?
Yes, this is that. But hold on. At this point in time, something specific was inside the box. All right, that's important to remember. The box wasn't always something he didn't have an answer for. It only became something he didn't have an answer for. So right now, it certainly has something specific inside of it. We need to remember that for now.
Could it be that plushie that he always had with following him around?
Yeah, so we'll talk about that second, because there's actually something very related to the box that we have to get to next.
Oh, okay.
But then words show up saying, "Perhaps some things are best left forgotten for now." And then it fades away. So, oh yeah, oh my gosh, the Scott Games teasers. Oh my goodness, this game is, yeah, okay. So I'm actually going to skip ahead, we'll get back to that in a second, to a post for the Halloween content update that Scott Cawthon, the creator of FNAF, made. And it has some important information for us to go through it. particularly about the box that we just saw. Okay. Yada yada. Now I wanted he was talking about a different game or like a addition to the game he's been working on. Now I want to talk about something that won't be included. ... The box. You know, when I released the first game over a year ago, I was amazed at how quickly everyone found every bit of lore and story. Then the same happened with Part 2. Fans and YouTubers dug in and found everything. Game Theory did an incredible video on Part 2, getting almost everything right. Then Part 3 came out, and once again, the story was uncovered by the community. It seemed that there was nothing I could hide. But then I released Part 4, and somehow, no one, not a single person, found the pieces. The story remains completely hidden. I guess most people assumed that I filled the game with random Easter eggs this time. I didn't. What's in the box? It's the pieces put together. But the bigger question is, would the community accept it that way? The fact that the pieces have remained elusive this time strikes me as incredible and special, a fitting conclusion in some ways, and because of that, I've decided that maybe some things are best left forgotten forever.
Oh, God. What
So,
the flip?
and I feel like this was the true turnaround of the series, going from cryptic but understandable to absolutely like borderline indecipherable from a theorizing standpoint. Because I think this is when the creator like fell in love with the ambiguity of it all, you know?
Yeah, but he said not a single person. What?
Granted, this came out, this was posted in 2015, so shortly after the game itself came out. So who knows, with all the theorizing and different reveals that have happened throughout the past decade that this game has been out. Yeah, so the whole part of no one figuring out isn't necessarily relevant now, because someone could quite literally have it exactly figured out, and this post would still say this, right? Because it's 10 years old. So at this point in time, though, soon after, unlike the other games, he was like, no one has got this right, you know? And the box, he said, was the pieces put together, which to me implies that if you were to see what's inside the box, it would suddenly be obvious what the story of this game is. So what on earth could be inside the box that does that?
I don't know.
Exactly. And because the box, I wonder if it was originally supposed to be opened at some point, because it used to say, like when the box appeared itself, it says some things are best left forgotten for now. And then Scott in his post says best left forgotten forever. So, It's really strange. I know. And we'll get to other statements and interviews he's done later that will give us more insight into the box, but just to make it even worse in a way. But yeah, so that's what's been said about the box. Any ideas at this point in time, like what on earth could be inside this thing?
Not a clue. Like, nothing I could think of would make it like all make sense. Like,
yeah,
like what?
It's the pieces put together. And what's interesting is at the end, right, Fredbear Plush or whoever the heck was talking said, "I will put you back together," which echoes the pieces put together almost in a weird sort of way, I guess. But
what the
flip? I don't know. So, like your instinct was saying maybe the plush, like maybe some kind of toy collection. It's a small box. It's not that big. Because it seems like something you'd have in your room or like under your bed to hide something special. And why is it locked? Like, what is, like, because the stupid thing is it saying the pieces put together specifically. Because I might be like, is this the makeshift tomb they made for the crying child? Like, is this his like little grave? Like, because he's like small, put him. Yeah. Like they lock it away, put it underground. Some things are best left forgotten for now, right? But that wouldn't answer anything. Yeah, it would just be like, it would be sad, and I feel like it would fit, but like it wouldn't. The description of it being the pieces put together. So, because I've recently, before the whole, because I know you're aware of the whole, even the creator doesn't know what's in the box anymore thing. Before all that, I kind of thought that whatever it was maybe had changed to something more metaphorical. Like it's not something literal, but the box itself is a metaphor for the answers one would need to completely solve FNAF. And it's like Scott Cawthon himself, the writer, purposely hasn't given us all the information we need, so it remains ambiguous. And if this box were to be theoretically opened, all of those answers would be given to us. So it's like more hypothetical or like metaphorical than like tangible what's inside it, you know?
Yeah.
But
I
like
mean, there's always the possibility it was just something random in there, but now he's using it as a metaphor, like, we're just gonna I'm not gonna tell you guys the answer. You guys are gonna have to figure it out, you know?
Yeah. It's strange, man. We're gonna have to do a whole video dedicated to this. Like I said, I want to do like more specific theories for videos instead of going over games broadly. We'll have to do a whole thing on the box and probably several other things from this game as well. But genuinely, it's such a head scratcher.
Yeah.
So I think that covers it for the box for now. I know we haven't given any answers, but genuinely, it's like the amount of speculation that goes into understanding the box, especially post interview 2 with Daco, and we know like there's like it's very cooked now. But in this point in time, the thing is, it wasn't cooked yet. It was still something. Like, so
I know.
Because he seemed very confident in this post that it was something that would answer. And it's weird that he seems hesitant. The bigger question is, would the community accept it that way? He's almost concerned that the community wouldn't even, like, it sounds like he's concerned that they wouldn't take well to the answer.
That's so weird. Like, what?
So weird.
Maybe it's like a box of, like, letters that explain stuff.
Oh, like documents and stuff.
Like maybe the brother found a bunch of stuff somehow and locked it up so no one else could find it but him.
That would be crazy. Like if if the crying child was keeping like diary entries or something in there, like explaining everything. Like oh yes, this little girl was killed and possessed a puppet and then projected her spirit into my plushie, and now it's talking to me, and also it said if I ever die, it's gonna help me possess Golden Freddy.
Yeah, like Mary just tells us everything.
And I hide it in the box. Also, we never got a name for like anyone here. We don't know the Foxy Bro.
Yeah.
Crying Child. We didn't get a name for any of them. Purple Guy is still nameless. Just Purple Guy.
We didn't even see parents or sister.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It implied a sister. Where's the sister at?
And she looked like maybe a little older because like she had like kind of more, I feel like, older kid like decor.
Did you? I was just like pink, and there's a broken mango on the floor.
Like the flower, it just felt like young teen. You know what I mean, or something.
I will say they said toddlers like to take apart Mangle, and we saw like a broken Mangle toy, so that could suggest she was a toddler doing that. Yeah.
Wait, is it possible she's the puppet one?
That is interesting. At this point in time, that's a really interesting take. Or is she the plushie?
True. But how?
So like, that brings up a good question. Since we don't see her, is she dead? Yeah, no, genuinely, that's a great question. Because a lot of people talk about this. Is she dead at this point in time? Just because we don't see her. We see her rim, but we don't see her. Is she dead?
I mean, we didn't see the parents, though, either.
Yeah, so the parents are dead, too. It's a Max and Ruby situation, you see.
Ruby and Max.
Give Fredbear a kiss. Oopsies. Max and Ruby. Alright, but yeah, well, my brain died with Max and Ruby. And then I thought of the creepypasta of Max and Ruby.
Oh boy.
Anyway, yeah, so that's a good point. We don't see the parents. It probably is irresponsible to assume they are dead. So we don't see the sister. Does that mean she's dead? Honestly, I'll say too, Legendet, something that I thought about for a while is like the Mangle toy is broken on the floor. I feel like if your child is dead, you would not leave their room a mess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So I
I
think
like,
he's
you know,
not dead.
like when I was a kid, I played with action figures all the time. There'd often be action figures in my room. I have a hard time believing I would just die and then my parents would never pick up my room. Like, you know,
Yeah.
especially because it's just broken. It's not even like, it's not like, you could barely argue sentimental value because it's literally just a broken mangle scattered on the floor. Like,
Yeah, that's
it's just
true.
clutter. So I feel like that's a point for her being alive still, but also why don't we see her? Unless
Yeah.
she's one of the girls in the neighborhood, in which case did a terrible job of conveying that any of those were his sister. Like,
I know, right?
no one talked to him necessarily like they were his sister. And you feel like
No,
it would be so easy to. Why hide that? Like, that's not even something you need to be secret because you see the room at one point.
exactly.
So why be unclear if one of those were meant to be his sister? I don't know. It's weird. This game feels like it doesn't want to be solved. And with every FNAF game that comes out, it feels like it's resisting it. Like, it feels like this game is like, no, I can't be solved. Like,
His sister's in the box.
his sister's in the box. Sister location, X. Sister box. Check.
Check.
Yeah, genuinely weird. And I wish I could give more concrete theories at this point in time, but my brain is so cluttered with everything like from the future that people use to retroactively solve stuff that like I don't want to give spoilers, some information from a bunch of different games at this point because we're supposed to be like focusing in on each installment like at a time. So I don't know what. Well, actually, we have 3 more things to go over, and then I will ask you specific questions about like maybe your thoughts on it. And I know this is so hard to come up with theories, but I would really like if we could just give our good old college try at coming up with some sort of quantifiable answer. So there was a Halloween update for FNAF 4 that in this post here we won't go over because we don't need to go over the whole thing. But he said the Halloween update was not canon, so like we don't have to worry about all the weirdness of it. It was just for spooky fun. Except he did say isolate a certain part of the update that appeared in like the normal game that you don't need in addition to the Halloween DLC for it to appear in the game. Sorry, I had a bit of a hiccup there. And that is Nightmare Balloon Boy when he replaces Plush Trap in the Fun with Plush Trap thing. So for context, there's a whole slew of Halloween animatronic like redos of the nightmares or other animatronics like in the game that were all non-canon because there's a fun Halloween update like optional DLC you could get, right? However, Nightmare Balloon Boy appears in the base game post update, and Scott specifically said that part of the update was canon. So Nightmare Balloon Boy is the only canon thing of the Halloween update. So there you go. Just
Nice.
food for thought.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to matter a whole ton, I don't think. It just like Balloon Boy would theoretically exist at this time because we see the toys, scattered on the ground. Well, if it appears in the nightmares, actually. I keep operating under the like weird lens that the nightmares are also the crying child, which they're not. They have to be the brothers, I feel like. So it doesn't really matter the timeline of a lot of things. Like that would also make sense. Honestly, okay, so if we're assuming the Plush Trap thing is supposed to be a reference to Springtrap, it would make sense if then we say the FNAF 3 guard is the one having the nightmares after FNAF 3, and he's seeing Springtrap as Plush Trap. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
I think so.
Say
Yeah.
that again?
Like, I'm wondering if maybe the nightmares are even after FNAF 3, like the nightmare segments, because Plush Trap is in them, which seems to be a call to Springtrap, which would then imply whoever's having the nightmares saw Springtrap, which would be the guard for FNAF 3 would be a good candidate for that.
Oh, okay.
Which would put the nightmares last in the timeline in a weird sort of way, and then the mini games at the beginning since they're in 1983. So like there's like this disparity of FNAF 4 that encompasses the whole thing. But yeah. All right, Legendet. Now, we have to get into hints that were dropped. So Game Theory did a live stream on GT Live after all this, and during it, to tease them with like little lore hints, Scott would update the I can't speak, the Scott Games website with little hints concerning FNAF 4, because that's what the stream was on. Like, oh, what's the FNAF lore after everything? And these are those hints that we're going to go through, and they're very strange. So the first one is, in the FNAF 4 minigame, why would the tiny toy Chica be missing her beak? Do you remember when I called that out?
Yeah, why would she?
Let's see if I can find it. Oh, no, that was in the secrets section, right? It was in this one. Wait, no, it wasn't. It was somewhere, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I can't remember where it was. But yeah, the toy Chica on the ground is missing her beak, right? And the big toy Chica that we see in FNAF 2, guess what? Also missing her beak. So there's a connection there of two completely separate entities. Both toy Chica, both missing their beak, and then we have Scott Cawthon himself asking, like pointing it out as if it's an important detail.
Why would it be an important detail?
Why would it be? Yeah, it's so strange. Game theory was kind of like being infamous for dream theory, which proposed all of the games were a dream of the crying child. And so, like, since he saw Toy Chica without her beak in real life, the Toy Chica in FNAF 2 also didn't have a beak, and like they used several other connections. I think dream theory was wrong from the day it was created. I don't think it was ever true. Some people think dream theory maybe could have been true and then was retconned later, but I genuinely think it was never dream theory.
No.
Very, very simply put, I don't think a kid is dreaming the phone calls with all the corporate speak and all the, business affairs going on at Fazbear Entertainment. I just think that's impossible.
Think so either.
Yeah. So I think dream theory is always toast. I know I didn't explain it very well. Actually, you know what? Part of the series too, after we go through the games ourselves, we should go through major theories of the community over time. Dream theory could be one of them, where we go over in more detail. Long story short, this was used for dream theory evidence. I do not think dream theory was ever real. It's certainly not real now, but I don't think it ever was. So it's very strange to think under that lens, like, what is important about Toy Chica missing her beak? What's the point?
I know, right?
Is the point the parallel between the real Toy Chica we see in FNAF 2 in 1987 and this Toy Chica we see in 1983? Two completely separate different things, 4 years apart, both missing their beak. Why does that matter? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. This is one of the weirdest hints I think I've ever... It's worse than the hint in Shadow of the Colossus on the third Colossus. Those who know what I'm talking about, but this hint is worse than that. Okay, this goes with something you said earlier. What is seen in the shadows is easily misunderstood in the mind of a child. So this seems to directly correlate with the "what did you see" thing. Like remember what you saw, and we're like, what did he see? Does this?
I mean, maybe what he saw wasn't even the guy dying in the spring trap. It was just him putting it on, and so he thought, oh, it ate him.
I like your thought process. A lot of people have come to that conclusion as well, because this thing tells you like two things, right? He saw something in the shadows, which means it was like the way his vision was filtered not quite right. Like the way he was perceiving it was shrouded in some way, and then he misunderstood it. So whatever conclusion he came to was wrong. So like I don't think he saw something actually bad, like a spring locking, like we were talking about, because that's not misunderstanding. That's something gruesome and terrible happening in front of you. Like, that's not a kid misunderstanding. So to me, he sees something mundane and thinks it's bad. And we see that purple guy in the room that then he then shuts the door, putting something. So I think Crying Child is like, holy crap, people are going inside these things. It's terrifying to me.
Yeah.
And to go along with that, let me go to Google and look up Nightmare Fredbear, because I want to show you something on Nightmare Fredbear. Nightmare Fredbear has a mouth in his stomach.
Is that to represent, like, them eating them?
Well,
or
yeah,
like
for when he ate him. some people think it could parallel with the whole like crying child maybe think people going inside the animatronics are getting eaten. But again, if the nightmares are the brother, it is just like, oh, I fed my sibling to Fredbear. Now he has a stomach. No,
Yeah.
it works in either interpretation, I suppose. But like, yeah, so that's just something interesting to think about. But yeah, I do think it's a very solid interpretation to be like he saw someone being dressed up, was like, oh my gosh, this is terrifying. And then that girl spreading rumors like, oh, if you die,
Right.
you know, they kind of like, okay, wait, let's talk about that. Hold on. I'm all over the place right now. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I think we have one more hint left. We'll do that, and then we'll get to other stuff. 4 games, 1 story. This goes again with it being finale, like reiterating, like, this is... So basically, 4 games, 1 story. Somehow, Scott Cawthon, because this, again, was a hint he specifically left during the big GT live stream. So these 3 hints are something that he wanted people to see, to specifically think about in relation to solving the lore of his like beloved series here. At this time, he clearly thinks that game 4 works into the 1 through 3 lore to make it 1 story, which is absolutely perplexing to me because it's so like it feels like it just like makes everything so much weirder. But basically what this means is we can use this game as like a basis, as like it does fit, right? Like this is intended to make everything rounded out in some way. This felt like a good conclusion. It is so weird. I'm telling you, FNAF 4 is probably... There's games that are similar in like confusing lore to solve, but like I don't know if I've ever encountered a FNAF game that feels weirder than 4. Like it's just so weird. The vibe of it is off. Like it feels like everything is just off, you know?
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. Like I said, this is when the story goes off the rails, and I feel like this is when you really fell in love with ambiguity and just never turned back, you know?
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's kept the series relevant, so it's a great choice to make it super mysterious, because like...
Yeah, it was.
Infinite theories pretty much can come of it. It's super fun to try to analyze and sort through all the information, right? Like it's fun. I love it this way, but it's also fun to complain about because it's so confusing, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was a good sneeze. I feel like I'm wearing something different. Anyways, Legendet, we're gonna go through this, the last thing for this one, and kind of hit the major oddities of FNAF 4 and just talk about what your current understanding of them is. I can't help but throw in crap too after you've said your piece. So first up, since it's one of the first things we see in the mini games, because I feel like we have a decent grasp enough on the nightmares at the moment. This guy, Fredbear plush. What is he? What's his deal? Why can he talk? Why does he do what he does?
Okay, I think he is a spirit of one of the dead children. The Freddy one.
So you think the MCI has happened in 1983 before the crying child gets bit? Because that would be that precedent. Unless it's a kid that wasn't killed in the MCI.
True. But I don't know.
But
so I think it's just a dead kid.
Random dead kids.
I think it's a dead kid who's... Wait. Yes, I think it's a dead kid that's trying to explain what happened to them through a bunch of, like, weird stuff.
So... Okay. Okay, so the thing as we see it, remember how we saw it around town, but like it's always stationary, but it's like everywhere?
Yeah.
And so that would just be like because the spirit teleports it or something? Kind of like how Golden Freddy teleports?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide between that though, or it's just his, like, imagination.
Like an imaginary friend type deal. Remember it says at the end, it says, we're still your friends, or like, we're your friends, do you still believe that? Or something like that at the end, as right, everyone's fading away.
Which is why I think it could be, like, the dead kids.
Because it does represent all the animatronics and the plushies as they're fading away.
So I'll go with that for now.
Do you think the final speaker is different from the Fredbear speaker throughout the game? The one that says, I will put you back together, like you're broken, I'll put you back together. Is that still Fredbear, even though it's a slightly different shade? Is it still the Fredbear plush?
Yeah. I'm gonna say it is.
You think it is? Okay.
Yeah.
So the color difference isn't that important to you? Because I know some people like are like diehard, like it has to be a different speaker.
I might just say that it's like representative of like him actually being a spirit now.
Okay. So what do you think? Oh, and I feel like you said this last time, so I'll ask you again. If you don't remember, I'll kind of give you what I feel like you said. What is putting the crying child back together? What does that imply in this moment in time?
Giving him a suit too.
Helping him possess.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Okay, wait. Legendet. Under your interpretation, if like the MCI does happen this early on, right? Because hence the rumors, right? Remember the little girls giving the rumors of they'll they'll hide your bodies, the animatronics move around at night. That could be because it's actual stuff going on, which means the MCI has happened. If that's the rumors are based in reality.
Well, also I think those kids might be the spirits talking to him.
Oh wait, yeah, that was cooked. That was a cooked idea you had. That those kids are like. So are they appearing as apparitions to him? Like they aren't physically there?
Yeah. So only he sees them. That is
weird. I have never. If someone has suggested that, I've never heard it like as not a joke. that's crazy.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think that's a great idea, and I love how to think outside the box like that. I would have to disagree just because they were making fun of him. They're talking about the parties for him. Like, it feels like they're physical kids. I also would like to cross-check to see if any of them are the bullies under the masks. Because, the bullies, like maybe one of them was, or I don't know. Maybe not, but, yeah, I don't know. What about the girl with the toys? The broken toys in the playground. Is she a ghost too?
Yeah, all of them. Well, maybe not all of them.
Oh.
Maybe not. I don't think the guy that was laughing. That guy might not be.
Yeah. Darn, okay, that's a wild interpretation. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's crazy. But, it's unhinged. But, okay, I'll take it, I'll take it.
That is what I think.
It is super creepy to have like a whole town like full of only people he can see. Like adding to his paranoia, almost. Do the kids ultimately want him to be like them before he's even dead? Like, are they trying to... Well, the Fredbear plush doesn't, because he's trying to keep him scared. Sort of, like away from...
I mean, I think since they're dead, they're kind of like they don't have all their morals straight now.
Oh, true. They're like, yeah, I mean, if I was a ghost, it'd probably... my mind would be a little splintered. Legendet, I had a theory addendum to your theory. So, the MCIs happen, the kids are dead. This crying child seems to have a strong link to Golden Freddy, right? Since he was killed by Fredbear himself. But there was 5 kids killed in the MCI, and Golden Freddy was the 5th animatronic. So Golden Freddy has to already be possessed.
Oh.
So hear me. Wait, no, but hear me out. Hear me out. The Fredbear plush is the Golden Freddy spirit under your interpretation, and that's why it takes on the Fredbear plush specifically and teleports around like we see Golden Freddy doing. But yeah, so like it could be like, I kind of lost my train of thought there, but it could be like this weird like situation where like the dead Golden Freddy spirit is projecting itself as or into the Fredbear plushie for some reason to communicate with the crying child. And that's why it's so adamant to stay away from Fredbear, because it kind of looks like Golden Freddy, right? Like it's like the yellow bear animatronic with purple accessories instead of black. But I don't know.
I wonder if we're thinking a kid already possesses Golden Freddy at this point, I wonder if, since he was saying like, I'll put you back together, like maybe he was like, I'll let you use my suit and I'll just like die. I don't know.
Yeah, because we're trying to say like the "it's me" thing, because we thought it was a reasonable line of logic to think the brother's having the nightmares, the FNAF 1 phone calls in the nightmares, so he's the night guard of at least FNAF 1, maybe FNAF 2 if they're the same character at the end, right, with the paycheck thing. And that would make sense for Golden Freddy saying it's me, because it's the younger brother of Foxy Bro who killed him. So it makes sense for him to possess Golden Freddy, except again, all roads imply that like the 5th MCI kid would possess Golden Freddy at the moment. So like, it could be a well, you'll get to see later how the dual possession theory is like a big thing.
Well, I was about to say maybe
it's
2 kids in there, and that's why it can't move very well, because
right.
he's
It's
2
all
kids.
weird. It's like,
That's why
but
it's
at
so
the same
glitched
time, it's
out.
like more powerful than everything else. Oh yeah, true. It could be like
Because there's
glitched.
2.
Like it's moving around.
Because there's
G.
2.
Yeah.
I'm going with that. 2 kids.
Okay, man, this is kind of cooked, but I enjoy it. All right, next. Next. It's crazy to think that the 5 kids are murdered. The puppet like helped them possess things, and now they're just projecting themselves as this random kid to be like, "Hey, don't get killed. Oh, you got killed. We're gonna help you possess." Like, it's so
I mean,
good.
if they know his family somehow, they might not like his family.
Yeah. All right,
We don't
next
know
mystery. That was an interesting conversation. What mystery next? Oh yeah, we kind of talked about this already. What did he see? You said going into the Fredbear, or not Fredbear, but the employees going inside the suits, right? Like we kind of said that.
Yeah.
We talked about the nightmares already. I feel like everyone knows your position on that. I guess we kind of ended up talking about a lot of adjacent things while talking about the Fredbear plush, so maybe we'll just get to the box and the teasers from the Scott Games website and call it a day there. Well, first off is the first one. We'll save the box for last because I hate that thing. But okay, so this one is really, really probably super hard too. Why would the tiny toy Chica be missing her beak, Legendet, and why does Scott think that was one of the important things to tell us?
That one, that baffles me. I don't know. Like, what?
What? Help me.
Why would help me? Why would Tiny Toy Chica be missing her beak? Like, I don't know.
And it feels like I can't help but think that specifically to draw the parallel between like how Toy Chica in FNAF 2 was missing her beak, and then you know the Mangle toy that's broken in the sister's room.
Mm-hmm.
Like remember Mangle was constantly being broken and torn apart in FNAF 2 as well. So it's like these toy versions before 1987 when the actual toy animatronics were like made into animatronics. The stuff like it parallels them 4 years prior. I feel like that's got to be intentional. Those connections between FNAF 4 and FNAF 2.
Yeah, I mean maybe I don't know. That's really weird.
So, yeah, he calls it out. Like I said, it was used for dream theory, which I don't think was ever true. We talked about that. There's a new theory these days that also incorporates a lot of evidence from newer games, but like I feel like even now you could sort of apply it, which is the idea that like I've it's like Memory Victim was sort of the first iteration of it. A lot of people like people like T-Dreads, who's a YouTuber, is calling it God Victim for a while. And other people have talked about it, but I watch the T-Dreads channel, so I've seen him mention it quite a bit. But it's the idea that the crying child saw these things, and after he died, his spirit almost like influenced reality to manifest them again. So in 1987, like he saw the toy Chica without her beak as a kid. He saw the Mangle broken apart as a kid, and his spirit is like over Fazbear as an entity, and it like inadvertently influences reality to repeat what he lived as a kid.
Oh, that would make sense. If he's Golden Freddy, it like changes stuff all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, and like for instance, the bite of '87 happened, and he was killed by a bite. So like, there's all these parallels between what happened in 1983 and what happened in 1987 that a lot of people think. I think from a evidence standpoint, like drawing the parallels is really compelling. I just hate it because it feels like it takes away agency, like the free will of characters a bit. Like if a spirit can literally influence the way like history goes from the point after they died, it feels like, well, our characters making their own decisions. Because, like, the toddlers were the ones destroying Mangle in FNAF 2. Was he making them do that? Like, that feels like, did he make the animatronic do the bite of 87? Did he make Toichiga somehow just not have a functional beak or
I
whatever?
mean,
Like,
unless it's almost the opposite, where all these things are happening and it triggers him to like crash out because he remembers it.
so like he sees the, yeah,
He
okay, I
sees
see, yeah.
parallels, and he's like, "Bruh." This
And
reminds
his
me
like,
of when I literally got chomped.
yeah, because Golden Freddy, like you said, has the reality warping power sort of
Like,
thing, as we've seen in FNAF 1 and FNAF 2.
yeah. So like, if since he saw Mangle getting taken apart like here, and then later on, maybe he almost influenced the bite of 87 because he was mad. Like, oh, that reminds me of back then, because he's all confused now.
Yeah. Interesting. But do you think like those, do you think that there's a direct like causality effect? Like what he saw makes it happen again, or like the parallels are just there? And it's like
I
it's
think
more like a like cool narrative through lines, or like literal tangible in universe, like, you know, the crying child spirit is making it happen somehow.
I think there's parallels that are coincidental that trigger other parallels that aren't coincidental.
That's crazy. that's,
Well,
that's
like
insane.
I just
Oh, that was
said.
an insane sentence.
Yeah, well, it's what I think. I think like when he sees something that reminds him of back then like the bite of 87 happens because like they're all connected a little bit, and so they get wacky.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, and again, like that's that whole interpretation isn't our theory, my theory, anything. Like I said, it's come in the form of memory victim, god victim. I've heard it discussed by other YouTubers that I enjoy to watch, but I do think it's very compelling. It's sort of like they all call it like the reverse of dream theory, which I see why. Because both of it, I like how it uses the full extent of evidence and not just chalking things up to being oddities or quirks or Easter eggs. But yeah, so that's kind of all we have to say on those parallels, because I don't know what else the Toy Chica Beak would be like calling attention to, other than the fact that it's a direct parallel to the original, like, well, to our timeline, the original Toy Chica, who also didn't have her beak on. But also, by the way, I kind of forgot to mention this, but way back when, but people think that because Toy Chica is missing her beak, or used to, that it might imply she had something to do with the bite of 87, so like they took away her chomping power. But
Maybe.
But you know, that's kind of, wait, that might be cooked depending on, because like if we think the original night guard guy got bit after being switched to the day shift, if we see Toy Chica without her beak before then, that means it has nothing to do with the bite of 87.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we'll stick with Foxy for that, because I know that you really liked that interpretation, which I think is pretty good. Oh, while we're on this clarity thing, I should say the fun with plush trap thing. I know earlier in this video I was all like, oh, it makes sense, like how did he see Springtrap or the timeline, and like we were just kind of talking about, it would make sense depending on when the brother's having the nightmares, right? But also this could just be a scary version of Spring Bonnie, right? It doesn't have to be Springtrap specifically, I suppose.
That's true.
Like if it's just if it's a nightmarified Spring Bonnie, it's gonna harken a little bit to Springtrap. And it's called Plush Trap, but it doesn't have to be called that like in universe, or like it might just be a nightmare hallucination anyway, so like who even knows? But yeah, so I just wanted to say, I did catch the fact that I was like, I see this thing, I think Springtrap, but it could easily just be Spring Bonnie, so the timeline doesn't have to be post FNAF 3 or whatever. I still think the nightmares could be, because of who I think is dreaming the nightmares, but... Alright, this one's probably the easiest one. What is seen in the shadows is easily misunderstood in the mind of a child. I think this has to correlate to the remember what you saw, don't let them catch you. We think of someone being put in a suit. I call that a done deal. That's what I call a simple theory. 4 games, 1 story? Okay, so this, I feel like we can just get into the box with this one, because the box supposedly ties all the pieces together, right?
Supposedly.
Supposedly, and also supposedly this makes a coherent story. Because like I said, I thought the third game made a complete story, but no, apparently this fourth game makes it more complete and not 8 times more confusing. So,
Oh yeah.
um, to the box we go, and I feel like the box can be the last thing we discuss, unless you can think of any other things about this game. Any other major mysteries we have yet to discuss that are like really like weird things that aren't just intuitive to the plot or whatever?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, because I feel like we touched upon the sister's room and everything, like, because that's just a minor thing, but yeah. So I hate to ask it because it's such a loaded question. The box.
The box.
What is inside the box? In 2015 when FNAF 4 came out, what is inside that darn box?
I got nothing.
That was a pregnant pause.
I was thinking. I don't know. That's my answer.
I was thinking. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna say something. I'll fill in for you. And I have a hard time. Like I said, I've alluded to multiple times in this video. I have a hard time delineating like stuff that I know from future games and stuff. I like only containing myself to FNAF 4 because I've heard so much stuff. However, I feel like me saying this can be assumed also within only the context of FNAF 4, because while yes, there are other things that reinforce certain other opinions I have on this game, I feel like it's reasonable to assume that the 4 games 1 story thing might be implying our player character across the games is consistent, and that player character would be Foxy Bro, because I mean, he would have reason to be traumatized after killing the crying child. He would have reason to be seeing the bedroom and the hospital equipment in the bedroom. And if he was the night guard, it would have reason for the FNAF 1 phone call to be in there. And then it would make sense for him to be the FNAF 2 guy on the last night, like the 6th night, because of the paycheck having the same fired things. And then it would make sense for him being the FNAF 3 guard to finally put an end to the Fazbear location, right? Just a narrative, like that's harder to prove, but it could be like a narratively satisfying thing. And honestly, the nightmare things could have happened. So it could be a thing where like the nightmares happened post FNAF 3 even, and it's like his lasting trauma from everything throughout the decades that he's been involved with this, and like his guilt and everything lingering on.
Yeah.
And that would create this interesting juxtaposition where the mini games are the earliest point in the timeline we have so far, but the nightmares are technically the last thing we have in the timeline. So it's like that disparity, like a juxtaposition of gameplay elements within the same game, which I think is pretty a cool idea. All this is just kind of just like speculation, but then the box. So the box is the pieces put together, and it's supposed to somehow explain the story in a way, like right, like it reveals stuff, the 4 games and story thing. So hear me out. What if it's like a bunch of items that would confirm the through line between the player characters we've had across the games, his connection to the crying child, and his connection to all the Fazbear locations, so it would show us that the night guard we've been playing as has been the same character the whole time, and it's art. So like you look inside it, you see the 2 paychecks. You see the paycheck from FNAF 1 and the paycheck from FNAF 2, and you also see like Fazbear's Fright like security badge or something from the FNAF 3, or some like burned mask or some burned thing from the FNAF 3 location. But then you also see the Fredbear plush, and you see the toys and the plushies like in there for the crying child stuff. You see the Foxy mask, like you see the Foxy Bro mask. Yeah. So you look at it and you go, oh my goodness, the brother of the crying child really was the player character for every single game. He went on this entire journey, and now it's best forgotten for now. Because at post FNAF 3 it's all burned down, right? So I'm saying the box could be symbolic of something that exists post FNAF 3, maybe even the nightmares post FNAF 3. And he puts it all away in the box because Fazbear is done. It's burned to the ground right after FNAF 3. Puts it in the box. It's best left forgotten because you can finally try to forget after everything, right? So I feel like that could be a good explanation, even for right now, way back in 2015, because we're pretending we're in 2015 right now. I feel like that could have been a good explanation for what's inside the box as of 2015.
I agree. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
But yeah, but that is assuming the point is that there's a through line between the player characters and that the Foxy Bro is super important, which becomes like more clear as the games go on. But I feel like it can be implied in this game that the Foxy Bro is some of your night guards, specifically with Golden Freddy, who like looks like Fred Bear saying it's me. But yeah, I don't know. So I know this is not FNAF 4, but I did realize there was a very secret part of FNAF 3 that we did not see last time. It's one part of the Chica's Party minigame that you can only access after you beat the game, and the minigames appear as like a replayable thing on the main home screen that you can access. And this is only available if you access Chica's Party through that method, and then you'll be able to find this secret. You'll be able to drop down, and you end up in this weird distorted place with these crying cupcake thing that resembles the dead crying children that we've seen used as imagery throughout this game. We see the one at the beginning, follows Toy Chica, and the 4 others. So 4 crying cupcakes. It seems to be the 4 dead crying kids. Pretty simple, really creepy in that simple, 8-bit style. However, it's weird that you can only access this after you beat the game, because that's after you presumably see Happy Day and they all move on, like Happiest Day and they all move on and stuff. So I don't know if it's really supposed to tell you anything or if it is just the creepy ambiance and another cool secret. But in any case,
That's
it seems like
interesting.
yeah. I just wanted to make sure you saw it because I'm trying to let you see everything, and I didn't even know about this, but I discovered it after our video is already up, so I figured I'd show you it here just to make sure we saw it. That's FNAF 4, I guess. The start of
Nice.
when things go off the rails, when things get really interesting. And this is the last time that we can talk about FNAF without ever bringing up a book.
Wow.
Because in between the next major games, the first book releases, and then things get even more cooked.
Yay!
At least
That'll be fun.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm not bothering. Oh, is it canon or is it not? Nah, I'm just telling Legendet exactly which ones have been confirmed as non-canon. And
yeah, that's fair enough.
so because that was a boring argument, to be completely honest with you. I was around for a lot of that. It was just boring. So I'm glad that a lot of things are confirmed, because they still help us regardless. So like doesn't change how we're using the books all that much. So it's just kind of a useless argument. But yeah. Anyways, and I believe FNAF World comes out before Sister Location as well. So the next time, what I think we'll do is we'll go over the summary of the first novel called The Silver Eyes. It's in the Silver Eyes trilogy, and then FNAF World, because the book won't take us long because we're just doing major lore important points and like a summary. Because we're not going to read a whole book on video. But so that's how we handle the books.
Audiobook.
And yeah. And FNAF World, we're just going to go through like it exists today. I'm honestly, I don't know if I'm like misremembering, but I feel like there might have been update things that happened to that. In any of these games, unless it's like a DLC situation, we're not going to worry about when updates came out when, because it gets too weird to do in this like video series format. We're just going to take the game as it exists, but like encounter it based on its release date. FNAF World came out before Sister Location. If updates to it or something happened post Sister Location, I don't know if they did, but I don't know. I feel like I know that game has had updates. If they do, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going through FNAF World in the way it exists right now because it came out before Sister Location. Anyway, next up on the docket is the first book, is FNAF World, and then in the near future is Sister Location, which will be another beast of a game to tackle.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So yeah, if you guys like this content, if you want to keep seeing me and Legendet be confused over FNAF lore, make sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment to help us out. All that all that algorithm stuff that helps us. And yeah, keep loving lore, keep drinking tea, and we'll see you guys next time.